Live from the Daskalakis Athletic Center in Philadelphia as we get set for women's college basketball between the Lehigh Mountain Hawks and the Drexel Dragons. Hi everyone, alongside Maggie McIntyre, I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for joining us here on NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus. And Maggie, the last time the Dragons were in action here on Saturday, they defeated UMES.
Yes, a tough, gritty win on Saturday, but those are important for Drexel, especially moving forward into conference play.
And a big reason why they defeated UMES was because of Keishana Washington, who is one of the top scorers in the country.
She continues to excel as she was named the CAA Player of the Week this week. She is coming off a season-high 37 points against UMES, which we talked about on Saturday, and that pushed her into 8th all-time on Drexel's scoring list. Let's see if she stays hot tonight.
And for the Lehigh Mountain Hawks, they can score as well with a record of 2-2. They have a dynamic duo with Mackenzie Kramer and Franny Hottinger.
The junior and senior were both selected as preseason All-Patriot League players. Kramer is shooting almost 50% from three-point range this season and has scored in double figures every game so far. Hottinger is a double-double threat every night, having already scored 2 this season. These two will look to carry their team offensively tonight.
And for more on this duo, let's send it on down to the third member of our team, Emily Cochran. Emily?
Coach Amy Mallon talked a lot about this Lehigh team, specifically the team's 2 leading scorers, Mackenzie Kramer and Franny Hottinger, both averaging just under 20 points per game and who are extremely efficient from the three-point line. She said it's going to be important to keep an eye out for these two, but also keep an eye out for this entire offense because they do run an option offense that she said is extremely difficult to guard. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Emily. We'll have starting lineups when we return. You're watching Drexel basketball from Learfield here on NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus. If you're ready to plan a winning tournament with a winning team, visit valleyforgesports.org. Welcome back to the deck as we take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. For the Drexel Dragons, the same starting 5 that we've seen all season. The backcourt, Keishana Washington, along with Mara Hendrickson and the freshman Grace O'Neal. Up front, Kylie Lavelle coming off her second CAA Rookie of the Week award, and Hedda Satman is the center. For the Lehigh Mountain Hawks, in the backcourt, Anna Harvey with Mackenzie Kramer. Up front, Franny Hottinger and Megan O'Brien. And getting her second start of the year is Kaylee Van Epps. And those are your starting lineups presented by Independence Blue Cross. The region's strongest network of doctors and hospitals means you can choose where, when, and how you get the care you need. Independence Blue Cross. Learn more at ibx.com. Alongside Maggie McIntyre, I'm Ari Bluestein, and as we get set for this contest, you see Drexel head coach Amy Mallon. And this is going to be a tough matchup for the Dragons. Now, last time they played against a very high-powered offense was LaSalle, and the Explorers defeated the Dragons 77-74. What do the Dragons really need to do to contend with this high-powered Lehigh Mountain Hawk team?
Yeah, well, you hope that Drexel can learn from that game against LaSalle and use it in this game to limit the team to one shot. They put up a lot of points, so rebounding is going to be crucial for them tonight.
Lehigh Mountain Hawks, they are in the road brown, Drexel in the home white. The officials for tonight's game, Pastor Torres, Laurie Deutsch, and Cynthia Doe. And the lights are on and we're ready to go. It'll be Lavelle and O'Brien, two young bigs, a freshman against a sophomore to jump it up. Here at the Daskalakis Athletic Center in Philadelphia, and we're underway, and Lavelle wins the tip, and the Dragons will have the opening possession. Grace O'Neal running the point right now. Lehigh looks like they're in a zone. Washington a little bit too strong on that three, but the offensive rebound by Grace O'Neal. Dragons have a fresh 20. Hendrickson will launch it from deep. Nothing but net, and that is just what the doctor ordered if you're Drexel.
Great start from Mara Hendrickson there. Get herself going early.
Hendrickson, who is top 5 in the country in assists, but the Dragons could certainly use some offense from her. She's averaging about 5 a game. Entry pass knocked away by Satman. Here is Lehigh's first offensive possession. And Kramer stepped out of bounds. Good defense from the Dragons, starting in a matchup zone, which is tough against a very good three-point shooting team against like Lehigh.
Yeah, key for them is going to be to keep their heels on the three-point line. They have to contest every single shot.
Good start for the Dragons. Hendrickson running the point. She gets a high ball screen from Lavelle. Here's Washington. Behind the back, nice move, and she was fouled, and she will go to the line for 2. Washington has been to the line quite a bit this year, 21 for 25 on the season.
Yeah, good start for Washington there. She missed her first shot, so she wants to get herself going, getting in a rhythm. Perfect move to go downhill.
Foul was called against Kaylee Van Epps. Keshana Washington at the line, 84% on the year, missing the first. As we talked about, Washington put up 37 against UMES. And there's her first point of the day. She's now 8 points away from 7th all-time on that scoring list. We'll keep you updated on that. But a good start for the Dragons, leading 4-0 over Lehigh. Drexel showing a little bit of a zone press here. And now here's Van Epps. Runs into Satman under the basket. Satman and Lavelle each got a piece.
Good help side D there by both bigs.
Hendrickson to Lavelle, but good transition D by Lehigh. Hendrickson, open three, around the rim and out, no good. O'Neal was fighting for the rebound, but it's Hottinger who comes down with the board for Lehigh.
Good push there. Mara's got to keep shooting.
And Hottinger finishes down low off a nice pass from Megan O'Brien. Franny Hottinger, the 6-foot senior from Minnesota, the leading scorer for Lehigh, averaging over 22 a game.
Yeah, and she's going to get hers. You just want to make sure that they're difficult and not as easy as she's been getting in the past games.
So Lehigh breaks the ice. Grace O'Neal with it for Drexel. Washington. Shot clock winding down. It will have to be Lavelle. Nothing but net. Cool, calm, and collected for the freshman.
She's so great when she understands that she can use her size there and just elevate and shoot over her defender.
All the way to the bucket, almost uncontested, is Anna Harvey, the 5'7" senior point guard.
Yeah, and a smart play there by Harvey. No one stopping the ball, go all the way to the rim.
Now, Harvey only averages 4.5 per game, but leads the team in assists at 5.5 dimes per contest. Washington, the step back three, no good. Offensive rebound, Satman. And Drexel with a fresh 20. Hendrickson back to Washington. Reverse. Nice move by Kishana Washington.
She's so athletic.
Dragons doubling up the Mountain Hawks, 8-4. Hottinger in rhythm for three, and around the rim and out, no good. Lehigh one and done.
Good job by Drexel securing that rebound.
Deflected out by Lehigh. It will stay with Drexel, plenty of time on the shot clock. First substitution of the day, Lily Fandre, the first-year player from Minnesota. She started the last two games, so we thought that she would start. She does come in for Van Epp, so this was actually the projected starting lineup that's in the game right now for Lehigh.
Exactly right.
Hendrickson. Lavelle. Washington. Step back at the key. Drills it.
Beautiful. Great job by Washington understanding. Keep the ball in your hands when the time's running low.
Second field goal for Washington. She's got 5. Corner shot. Might have been just on the line was Hottinger. Rush for the ball, and Grace O'Neal gets it.
I like the way Lehigh's pushing this tempo. You want to get the ball up the court and get a quick shot.
Washington. The hesitation. Drops it off for Satman. Great start for the Dragons, and Anna Harvey just loses it out of bounds, and it's Drexel ball. The Dragons 5 for their first 8, and really sharing the basketball right now.
Yeah, and that unforced turnover there by Lehigh, tough break, especially when Drexel's on a little bit of a scoring run.
Great start for Drexel against this high-powered Lehigh team. Hendrickson, wow, almost hit it from City Hall.
Yeah, that was far.
It was on target, just rattled around the rim and out. Lehigh looking for an answer. 6-0 run for the Dragons. Harvey around a couple of Dragons players all the way back out. It's an O'Brien 3, too strong. Lavelle, a good box out and rebound. Washington forcing her way inside, and a good block by Megan O'Brien.
Yeah, great D there, just to understand when she's driving at you, keep your hands straight up and don't break the plane to bail her out.
O'Brien 5 blocks now on the year as she comes out. And Maddie Albrecht, the 6-foot junior from Montana, into the contest. Hendrickson to Lavelle, blocked by Fandre. Good defense by Lehigh. Albrecht might have gotten away with a step. Here's Kramer, have not heard a lot from her yet. Albrecht in the corner, no good on the 3, and the rebound goes out of bounds, last touched by Lavelle, and it will remain Lehigh ball. But Lehigh right now 0 for their first 4 from the outside, and that's really their bread and butter.
Yeah, they're putting up a lot of three-point shots. I'd like to see them get the ball in the paint a little bit more, take it at Drexel a little bit.
Hottinger all the way outside. Kicks it, it's a corner 3. Fandre missed almost everything, and Hendrickson gets the rebound. Midway through the first quarter. Hendrickson the drive, nowhere to go. Washington through the D, off the glass.
Great move. She took on 2 defenders right on the chest. Great finish.
7 for Washington, and the Dragons up double digits. Kramer nowhere to go. Suffocated. Drops it down. It's knocked away. Great defense by the Dragons.
I like Drexel slowing it up here. See what you have.
Hendrickson back to Washington, guarded closely by Harvey. Washington steps into a deep 2, no good. Fight for the rebound, and it's grabbed by Fandre and Lehigh. The Mountain Hawks have not scored for 3.5 minutes. It's been an 8-0 Drexel run during that time.
Yeah, let's see if they can set up their offense here and get something inside.
Hottinger, the step through, count it, and 1 as she draws the foul on Hedda Satman. And Hottinger, her second field goal, she's got 4, and she'll go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play when we return. The Dragons up by 8. Lehigh got a bucket, but it's been the Kishana Washington show here at the DAC. You're watching Drexel basketball from Learfield.
You can have live college sports in your hand this year with the brand new Varsity Network app. Hear live, play-by-play, and keep up with your favorite teams and audio broadcasts no matter where you are with this free new app. Be sure to download the Varsity Network app today. This March, you can listen to exclusive Westwood One coverage of the NCAA men's and women's basketball tournaments for free on the Varsity app. Powered by Learfield. Listen to every game at a truly unique listening experience. It's all free. Search NCAA Championships.
Do you think this Valley Forge vacation was your idea? We've been patrolling us the whole time. This racing game is great, but nothing beats the real thing.
That sloth you think I love so much gets me a free trip to the zoo.
They don't know they're hungry yet, but I do. I'm starving!
Charlie, Charlie! Works every time.
Just wait until you see what I plan for the next trip. Visit Valley Forge, where kids make the rules.
At Independence Blue Cross, we're driven by a commitment to do good. We're a friendly helping hand on your journey. We're an advocate, connecting you to the strongest network of doctors and hospitals in the region with health coaches available 24/7. We're a partner, helping you tap into all the possibilities ahead. It's a privilege to help you pursue your healthiest life, one we've embraced for over 80 years. And we're not going anywhere.
There are two key moments in any college journey: when an acceptance letter arrives and the day the college education is paid off. And College Ave Student Loans is with you to help cover costs all along the way. We offer stress-free private student loans for undergrads, grad students, for parents, even loans to refinance your existing loans. Whether you're starting college, already in the workplace, or just trying to figure things out, turn to College Ave and breathe easy.
Rothman Orthopedics, the official team physicians of your Dragons, the Phillies and Eagles, provides the region with unmatched orthopedic care.
Welcome back to Philadelphia. Beautiful night here in the city of brotherly love as we're here at the Daskalakis Athletic Center alongside Maggie McIntyre. I'm Ari Bluestein, and Maggie, really a great start for the Drexel Dragons here against a very good Lehigh team.
Yeah, Drexel, they're being aggressive. They're getting downhill. They're 1 for 5 from 3 to start, but you know what? They're finding answers by crashing the offensive board.
A couple of substitutions for Lehigh. Ella Stemmer coming into the game, the sophomore from Ann Arbor, Michigan. And for Drexel, Jasmine Valentine coming in and giving Kylie Lavelle a breather.
I like this pressure from Lehigh. See if they can speed Drexel up, force a quick shot.
Well, that was a big and one by Franny Hottinger. She's got 5 of her team's 7 points. Shot clock at 10. Washington. Good drop off. Valentine high off the glass.
High off the glass, but a great finish.
And that's a great job by the Drexel complementary players being ready for those passes from Washington and Hendrickson.
And I'm sure that's something they worked on this week, as Drexel saw a lot of double and triple teams from UMES on Saturday.
Lehigh looking for answers against this Drexel zone. The Dragons have done well here in the first quarter. Kramer thought about it, but a quick closeout. Now she launches it, and she's got it. Mackenzie Kramer averaging 19 and a half a game, a 48% three-point shooter.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Money.
She had a season-high 26 against Minnesota, including what they thought was the game winner with 1.7 seconds to go, but Minnesota hit a 3 at the buzzer to make it a 101-99 Minnesota win. But that was a thriller as the Dragons really commit their first bad play of the game on that turnover. And with that, Satman is out, Lavelle is in. But that was a heartbreaker for Lehigh.
Yeah, and it's so frustrating as a player when you play well and, you know, the game ends on that.
Hottinger inside, and she traveled. Good help defense from Valentine that time, so 4th turnover for Lehigh.
Yeah, the Dragons are doing a great job of sinking in and clogging the paint, forcing the ball back outside, and then contesting these three-point shots.
Van Epps back in for Albrecht. So Drexel with O'Neal, Hendrickson, and Washington in the backcourt, Lavelle and Valentine in the front court. Lehigh with a couple of stubs in Stemmer and Fandre, with starters Van Epps, Hottinger, and Kramer. Lavelle down low, has a mismatch, turnaround, muscled it up.
That's exactly what you have to do when you have a mismatch.
Oh, and we have a little collision here. Hottinger and Lavelle collided. Hottinger went down. She looks to be okay. She will get a breather, though. Megan O'Brien will come back in.
Quick sub can't hurt there.
Yeah, just give her a second to kind of collect herself, but I am sure she will be back in. She looks okay. Drexel up 8. Kramer. And cannot get it to Van Epps, and you have to again credit the help defense of Drexel, double teaming Kramer. I mean, Kramer is such a good player. The Dragons' approach to her has been pretty good so far.
Yeah, and she's very shifty with the ball, using her head fakes, getting the defenders up in the air. Drexel's doing a great job of just staying down and seeing where she's at.
Lavelle to Hendrickson in the corner. Washington shoots over Fandre, can't get the bounce. Rebound by Van Epps. Kramer into the corner, Stemmer. Down low, Fandre, one more for O'Brien. Kramer will launch it. Off the mark.
Yeah,
Hendrickson
looks like
with the
she'll shoot
rebound.
it from anywhere. Got to get her hand up.
Yeah, that was with a hand up from Washington, too. Valentine, the high arcer, no good from the baseline. Rebound by Kramer. Van Epps wanted to get it down low, but good defense by Valentine. Kramer, a nice little step back and drills it. Mackenzie Kramer with her second triple. It's a 5-point game.
Yeah, she's heating up, and that's the second one from that same exact spot.
She missed the one a moment ago, but she is 2 for 3. So she has 6, Hottinger has 5. Not a surprise that they are carrying the scoring load early for Lehigh. Under a minute here in the first quarter. Oh, Lavelle lost it, was able to somehow get it to Washington. Washington, baseline, nothing but net.
It's tough for Lehigh there when a player goes down. Leaves Washington wide open.
We've got about a 2-second difference here between the game clock and shot clock here at the end of the first quarter. Kramer around O'Neal. A leaner is good.
Nice move there.
8 for Kramer, and the Dragons can hold for the final shot. Drexel led by as many as 10. Lehigh to within 5. Washington puts up the runner, and she was fouled. A foul called with 1.4 seconds on the clock. They get Stemmer on the personal, and that'll give Washington 2 free throws here at the end of the first quarter.
Well, that's the last thing you want to do there if you're Lehigh.
Shauna Washington, 1 for 2 from the line so far today. As we mentioned, 84% from the charity stripe coming into today, and she's got it. Washington tied for 3rd in the country in scoring at 29 points per game, tied with fellow Philly player Maddie Segrist over at Villanova. Second free throw is good. Lehigh won't even try it, and that will do it. So Keshana Washington with 11 points to lead the Dragons here in the first quarter, but Kylie Lavelle started to get it going for the Dragons as well. Drexel up 7. You're watching Drexel basketball from Learfield here on NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus.
A.T. Chadwick, Philadelphia's leading mechanical contracting specialist, is a proud supporter of Drexel Athletics.
Former Dragon Hannah Nyhill ran the Philadelphia Marathon this weekend, and you can see she got great support from her Dragons as she runs right past campus here. There she is running right past the stadiums. Hannah Nyhill, the all-time leader in games played in CAA history. And there's Mara Hendrickson, who went to Cardinal O'Hara with Hannah Nyhill. Lehigh ball to start the second quarter alongside Maggie McIntyre, Amari Bluestein. Good start for the Dragons in that first quarter.
Yeah, Drexel definitely did their job in the first quarter. They held Lehigh to 15 points.
O'Brien, a good look from three, is short, and the rebound by Satman. Pottinger is back in the game, joining Kramer, O'Brien, Fandre, and Stemmer. Washington, Lavelle, Satman, Valentine, and Hendrickson. So it's the big lineup for the Dragons. Washington's side of the backboard, don't really see that too often, but good defense by Lehigh. Stemmer tracks it down. Mountain Hawks settle into the half court. Fandre, quick trigger and hits the three. Lily Fandre, her sixth triple of the year.
Nice extra pass there by Lehigh. Find the open player in the corner.
4-point game. Fandre, the first-year player from Minnesota, averaging about 4.5 a game. She's over 50% from beyond the arc now, at 6 for 11 on the year. They've got a lot of shooters, do Lehigh.
Yeah, it's so hard to do, so consistency. It's amazing.
Lavelle, fade away, got it. Lavelle, 6 points on 3 of 4 shooting. She continues a great offensive output for the Dragons. How about some defense? Satman with the deflection. Hendrickson in transition. The runner short. Satman deflects the rebound, but it goes out to Hottinger. Hottinger 1 on 3. Goes in on Lavelle. Missed it, but she drew the foul. That's a really strong take from Franny Hottinger.
Yeah, a little bit of a track meet back and forth there, but good job by Lehigh to come out on top.
They get the foul on Lavelle. Grace O'Neal and Hendrickson getting a breather. Franny Hottinger back to the line, 60% from the charity stripe on the year, as she's 2 for 2 today, though. She has not go to the line that much. She was 6 of 10 coming into today.
I was going to say, all her other stats seem to be very impressive.
Yeah, she has not been to the line too much this year, and she's 3 for 3, so you can bump that percentage up quite a few points. Fandre out and a Harvey back in. And this is a very deep Lehigh team. They go about 8-9 players deep.
Yeah, it's nice when you are able to be that deep. Fresh legs constantly coming in.
Dragons a little bit of the opposite.
Yeah.
6 or 7 player rotation for Amy Mallon right now, including these two freshmen, O'Neal and Lavelle. Valentine, Washington, around the screen. Satman, jumper, got it. Had a Satman 2 for 2 for 4 points.
Yeah, Washington's doing a great job of drawing 2 or 3 defenders and being ready to kick that ball out to her teammates.
Yeah, Washington already with 5 assists to go along with those 11 points. Van Epps swings it to Hottinger. Van Epps gets it inside. O'Brien, Satman might have gotten a piece, but either way, it's Lehigh basketball with 8 seconds to shoot.
Yeah, I think she did there. Good day, way to recover.
Hendrickson in, Washington will get a breather. It's Harvey on the inbound for Lehigh. O'Brien right back to her in the corner. 5 to shoot. Kramer. Harvey at the horn. Missed it, fight for the rebound, and it's grabbed by O'Brien. Great hustle by O'Brien and Lehigh. Harvey into the corner, it's a Hottinger 3. Can't get the bounce, rebound by Valentine.
Drexel got lucky there.
The long pass, Lavelle, got it. Much needed bucket for the Dragons. They're back up by 8. Kramer, the drive. Jumper from the free throw line, no good, and another rebound for Valentine. O'Neal. Hendrickson will launch it. Got the bounce.
Nice roll there for Mara.
Shooter's touch from Mara Firm Hendrickson. Her second three, she's got 6. That's a big one. Kramer with the answer. She is too good to give any space to.
A little bit of a shootout here.
Well, this is the way Lehigh wants to play. They score a lot of points, and the Dragons probably wants to live more in the 60s, maybe the 70s, but right now it's a fast pace to this one, Maggie.
Well, and you think Lehigh is running this up-tempo offense to their advantage with Drexel only playing a couple players.
Lavelle for 3. She is now 5 for 7 from downtown on the season. And she's in double figures with 11, joining Washington. Hottinger drops it off for O'Brien. Can't get the roll. Valentine tied up by Hottinger. Possession arrow in favor of Drexel, and the Dragons will get it. You gotta love the way the front court players of Drexel are playing right now. You know you'd get the production from Lavelle as she comes out, and Bree Borky coming in for the first time. But getting contributions on both ends of the floor from Satman and Valentine is huge for the Dragons.
Absolutely, and we saw that from Saturday's game to now. Everyone is stepping up. They seem to be ready for all the action they're getting, and defensively, they're really locking down.
Borky. Hendrickson. She'll launch it again. She's feeling it. She is feeling it. Her third 3 for Mara Hendrickson.
And that's what you need out of your fifth-year senior.
Dragons up by 14, their largest lead of the game. O'Brien. Satman got a piece, but also got a piece of the arm. And that will send Megan O'Brien to the line for 2. Satman, that is her second personal foul.
Good discipline by Lehigh there to understand. Don't settle for a 3. They just made a big shot. Get to the rim. Settle down.
Dragons have made their last 5 shots. It's a 13-3 run over the last almost 3 minutes. No, I'm sorry. They called the foul on Bree Borky, not on Satman, which is, of course, a good break for the Dragons, not having to send Satman to the bench. O'Brien makes the first. She was 1 of 2 from the line on the year. She makes that one. O'Brien, 6'1" sophomore from Centerville, Virginia. She has started every game this year, and she calmly makes the second, and she will exit for Lily Fandre. Washington back in for Jasmine Valentine. Good minutes from Valentine.
Yeah, and Drexel did their job with Washington on the bench. They were still able to produce offensively, and they got some good stops.
Grace O'Neal, her and Bree Borky, the only Dragons to not have scored here today as we approach the midway point of the second quarter. Washington to O'Neal. Washington in the corner. Borky. Washington corner 3, bang!
Great execution there by Drexel. They ran that flare screen from the wing to the baseline. Lehigh falls asleep.
First 3 for Washington. She's got 14. Hottinger, Van Epps, down low. Fandre over Satman, no good. Hottinger had the rebound knocked away. Fandre missed it, and we have another tie-up. This will be Lehigh possession when we return. But the Dragons are red hot shooting the basketball. They're at 59%, and Kishana Washington leads the way with 14 points. You're watching Drexel basketball from Learfield here on NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus.
At Independence Blue Cross, we believe in doing more when it matters most. When you need a hand, we've got online tools that connect you to the strongest network of doctors and hospitals in the region. When you need a boost, we keep you going with health discounts and reimbursements. And when you need an adventure, we give you the confidence to live fully. It's a privilege to help you pursue your healthiest life and all the possibilities ahead.
This is my favorite part of the holidays. Oh, and this. Even when it's unexpected. Wait, favorite, sibling rivalry and all. You know, As long as we're together, it's all my favorite.
Save big on cooking bag pork or Angus beef. Buy one, get one free.
Mountain Dew Spark might hypnotize you. You might want to stop staring. Stop staring at the delicious Mountain Dew Spark. So many flavors of dew. I am thirsty. I must get the dew.
Cut! He's hypnotized again!
Do the dew.
Do you think this Valley Forge vacation was your idea? We've been controlling us the whole time. This racing game is great, but nothing beats the real thing.
That sloth you think I love so much gets me a free trip to the zoo.
They don't know they're hungry yet, but I do. I'm starving!
Charlie! Works every time.
Just wait until you see what I plan for the next trip. Visit Valley Forge, where kids make the rules.
Blackstone Massage and Recovery provides quality athlete treatment while making your wellness goals as accessible as possible. Text DRAGONS to 215-850-6456 for details.
Sorry, my mic wasn't on. This will be the last time welcoming Penn State back to Philadelphia on.
Welcome back to the DAC alongside Maggie McIntyre. I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for joining us here on NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus. Out of the timeout, Hottinger misses the shot, and Lehigh has struggled a little bit offensively here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think we need to see Lehigh crash the boards a little bit more. Drexel's getting in there. It would be nice to see it from Lehigh.
Washington to Lavelle. Turnaround in the lane. Impressive.
Yeah, she's so athletic. The way she can just jump over her defenders is wild.
13 points on 6 of 7 shooting, including a three-pointer for the freshman Kylie Lavelle. Anna Harvey into the lane. Good take, but couldn't finish it, and Washington gets the rebound.
Yeah, I like that take there by Harvey.
Washington was left open. She passes it to Hendrickson. Misfires on the three. Hottinger tracks it down. Good awareness play to toss it back to a teammate.
Great hustle.
Now a chance for Lehigh to cut into this Drexel lead. Kramer, the quick release. Rebound, Van Epps. Couldn't finish.
Tough break. The hustle was there.
Yeah, Lehigh has had some offensive rebounds. In fact, they've had 6, but no second chance points yet for Lehigh.
Yeah, they got to take advantage of those opportunities that they get. Force Drexel to play another round of defense.
And the Dragons have 3 offensive rebounds and 5 second chance points. Lavelle blocked, but fouled. And that will be on Van Epps. And that will put Kylie Lavelle to the line for 2. She's 8 of 11 from the charity stripe on the year. Substitutions on both sides. Satman coming in for Bree Borky. Hottinger, Harvey, and Van Epps out. Stemmer, Albrecht, and Jamie Behar coming in. Behar into the game for the first time. The 6'1 junior from Oceanside, New York, as Lavelle misses the first free throw. She's got the second, and she will exit. Jasmine Valentine will come in. And this really continues what Amy Mallon wanted to do at the start of the year, which is really rotate the 3 bigs, Satman, Lavelle, and Valentine.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an advantage for Drexel to stay big in there, especially in this zone that they run.
Stemmer, backdoor. Air ball for Behar. And the shooting struggles continue for Lehigh. Hendrickson, bang! Her 4th 3 of the day.
Their night. Just got to keep shooting.
Well, every time we talk to Keyshawn Washington, she says, I will keep passing it to Hendrickson. I want her to keep shooting.
It's amazing how well they work together.
The Dragons are at 60% shooting the basketball, and they have really played stellar defense as they knock away another pass of Lehigh.
Right, and you want your defense to dictate your offense. So when they get these one and done stops and they're able to push the ball up the floor.
12 points for Hendrickson. It's a season high. Her career high is 18, which was back in 2019 against Quinnipiac. Albrecht the drive, good kick to Stemmer. And she drills the three. Ella Stemmer, the 5'10 sophomore, her 7th triple on the year.
Nice job by Seller to find that gap in the zone and be able to step right in and knock down that shot.
And I think if you're Lehigh, in order to get back into this game, you need help from players like Stemmer and Harvey and Van Epps to help Hottinger and Kramer, and that's what Drexel has gotten. They've gotten the points from the complementary players.
Exactly. It's almost like the teams are mirroring each other.
Under 10 to shoot for Drexel. It'll have to be Washington. The crossover. Couldn't get the roll. The rebound by Fandre.
Great move, though.
O'Neal picks the pocket, but it goes right to Stemmer. Lehigh will set up in the half court. Behar. Albrecht. Kramer. 10 to shoot for Lehigh. Albrecht going backdoor. Stemmer. Reverse layup, can't get the bounce. How many missed layups for Lehigh today, Maggie?
Yeah, it's been tough for them underneath there. But I think credit to Drexel, staying tall and clogging that paint, making the shots more difficult.
How about each team's last 10 field goals? Drexel 8 for 10, Lehigh 1 for 10. And that's why we have an 18-point lead for the Dragons right now.
Exactly, that's the difference in this quarter.
Washington with space, drills the three.
Yeah, Lehigh needs a score here, bad.
An offensive onslaught from the Dragons. Stemmer past Valentine, missed it. And Jasmine Valentine with her 4th rebound. And the Dragons can hold for one. The shot clock is off. Washington now wants the high ball screen. She gets it from Valentine. Hesitation, step back, rattles around the rim and out. Satman beats the buzzer.
Wow, great follow there by Satman.
Hannah Satman, 6 points and 4 rebounds at the break. And the Dragons lead Lehigh by 23 points, 51-28. How about this offensive output from the Dragons?
Yeah, I mean, Drexel's pushing the ball up the court. They're finding each other. Everyone seems ready to shoot tonight.
And Lehigh has struggled in a surprise here today. They're only at 29% from the floor. All right, let's send it on down to the third member of our broadcast team, Emily Cochran, as she is joined by head coach Amy Mallon. Emily?
Thanks, guys. All right, Coach, you said that this Lehigh team was going to run a motion offense tonight. How do you think your team has been handling that so far?
I think we've been good disrupting them and getting, making them work for every shot they have. So I think that's going to be key for us moving into the second half. Just making them work for every shot. They're not a team you can fall asleep on. The second you do, they're going to start hitting some shots. So we got to make sure we continue to do what we're doing. And I think just big things, everyone's moving on every pass and being in position to stop them when we can.
And Keyshawn Washington and Kylie Lavelle make up a huge percent of this overall Drexel offense. But who else on your team has been stepping up tonight in terms of scoring?
Mara Hendrickson, we've been talking about her stepping up, and she's taking shots when she can, and she's really doing a nice job taking them when she should. And actually, like I said, she has a green light to do that. And I think when she does it within what we're doing, she's really deadly out there.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Emily. Well, Coach has to be satisfied with that first half as the Dragons lead the Mountain Hawks 51-28. We'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we will get you recapped here in the first half. You're watching Drexel basketball from Learfield here on NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus.
I can honestly say that the day we walked in and it was completed, it was like Christmas morning. We walked in and everybody was so excited to see everything completed.
It's a wow factor. Really impressed with the companies we worked with to install the systems. So it's not just video boards and ribbons, it's the lighting, it's the sound system.
I do think it's just a testament to the university's investment in the DAC, not only for our teams, but for our department and for our university.
The planning that was instituted years ago to now how it's being executed, it really brings a lot of excitement to the building.
I think it's incredible. It's incredible. It's so exciting to see. I think we've seen in other schools in our league that have added scoreboards and how it has impacted the experience for the fans at games. And no doubt, I think we're all excited and hopeful that'll be the same here for our games at the DAC. I can remember as early as going into the start of our second season here at Drexel, hearing conversations about a long-term vision of having an entertainment-style scoreboard in there.
Oh, I think the renovation is incredible. You know, the new sound and the new lighting is just going to, you know, make our, you know, already pretty cool atmosphere just, you know, off the charts.
We're going to be able to engage our fans in a way that it represents exactly what's happening in sports, professional sports, our peers within the city, and also through the conference and nationally.
Oh, it's just going to add, you know, a more visual aspect.
It's already a really, really good environment. It's going to enhance what the experience is, maybe add and build to that fan base. And when the DAC is sold out, it gets loud in a hurry.
I think the game day vibe is going to be awesome. I think that having that and having the interactions, I think you're going to really be able to connect more with your fans, whether it's families, whether it's our students. There's going to be different ways to get them all involved.
We're going to be able to engage the fans. We're going to be able to offer statistics, right? People are coming and watching games and they want to consume what they're watching in different ways. And so for those sports aficionados that like to see statistics, now here comes some other points where they can engage in the game in the way that they enjoy. I think that this is a marker and a testament to the university's commitment to athletics. And I hope, and I believe this, that if those that are out there contemplating how to be engaged, how to philanthropically support athletics, they know that they're coming in partnership with the university.
The addition of our scoreboards, ribbon boards, video boards are going to make this experience. And if our fans are having fun and they're enjoying it and they're louder and they're more actively engaged, then I think it's an even better experience for our student athletes.
I think they've been looking forward to this for so long, and I've already heard alums say, wait, we have a video board after I leave, but I tell them this is all part of like things you've been part of, like the foundation for both teams. This is just another way for us to build our programs, to have our student athletes more excited about being part of something special at Drexel, and we think we're pretty unique in how we do things here, and I think this is another piece of it.
We're super excited about it. It's been a long time coming, and you know, we're finally going to get to see it in action this season. So
I'm going to focus on ball screen coverage and taking care of turnovers and taking care of the basketball and rebounding. Hopefully, we put some points on the board to give you reasons to find new ways to be creative.
I think we've always said that the DAC is like the heart of our campus. You know, we want that to be even more evident now. I think it's going to be more explosive. You're going to know when there's a game on campus, and I think the video board's going to bring that, the renovations, as well as all the other energy around the dynamics for a game day. So we're hoping this is going to be a place that our students are going to want to be. When there's a game at the DAC, we want all the students there, and we want them to be there supporting their teams. And I think we're really looking forward to that, and I know the teams are as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, some of our past, you know, highlights and moments, and, you know, big pins, big wins, individually and team-wise. You know, just seeing some of those highlights put up on the board so we can, you know, showcase, you know, Drexel wrestling and all the great people that have been, you know, a part of our program.
There's something we've been doing with our team this year. We call them love points. So I'd love to see us get great reactions to things happening on the floor. So a love point would be whether it's a high five, a fist pump, or just some kind of reaction to a great play. I think it'd be cool to highlight those during the game, especially from the players on the bench during the games.
We are fired up to have the arena we have, and we want it to be a great experience. We want it to be great for everybody except one group, the visiting team. And we want the DAC to rock, and we want it to be a nightmare for them.
alarming number of American households are facing a daily struggle to secure enough food to meet their families' needs. Experts say that more than 53 million people, including 18 million children, could be designated as food insecure in the coming year.
Inspired by change, designed to lead. Drexel University.
When you're treated like the pros, you'll celebrate like the pros. Rothman Orthopedics gets you and your favorite athletes back in the game.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. Ticket Smarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the Ticket Smarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at Ticketsmarter.com.
This is my favorite part of the holidays. Oh, and this. Even when it's unexpected. Wait, favorite, sibling rivalry and all. You know, as long as we're together, it's all my favorite.
Save big on cooking bag pork or Angus beef. Buy one, get one free.
CAA champions are built by commitment, dedication, and courage. CAA champions live on the court, on the pitch, on the track, on the field, and in the pool. CAA champions live on Flow Sports.
Welcome back to the DAC here in Philadelphia. Alongside Maggie McIntyre, I'm Ari Bluestein. Thank you for joining us here on NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus. And wow, this was a high-powered offensive first half. The Dragons putting up 51 points, led by Keishana Washington.
Yeah, and as well of defense as they're playing, their offense is just as great. So again, you want your offense to be dictated by your defense, and when you're getting stops, scores come along the way.
And Washington was 17 to go along with a season-high 7 assists, one shy of her career high. And Lehigh had it going on early in the first quarter. Kramer, really a great shooter, but she went cold, as did the rest of the Lehigh team in that second quarter. Yeah, and that's something you want to see Lehigh make an adjustment for at the half, is not to settle when things aren't going your way from the three-point line. Get downhill. And you just saw Hendrickson knock down a three. She had 4 of those in the first half. As we take a look at the team comparison, well, night and day right now with shooting the basketball. Drexel almost at 60%, Lehigh only at 26%. The turnovers, Drexel has really taken care of the basketball as well. Yeah, and that's huge on Drexel's part, because last game we saw they were having a lot of unforced turnovers and kind of a couple sloppy plays, so that's good to see on Drexel from the first half. And now it's time for halftime adjustments presented by Rothman Orthopedics. The official team physicians of your Dragons, the Phillies and Eagles, provides the region with unmatched orthopedic care. Well, the Dragons, I don't know if you have to make many adjustments, but what about for Lehigh? Lehigh, I think they need to just settle down, and when they get these wide open, easy shots, some of these things that are going on for them in the paint, they need to finish. They have to understand what's working for them and what's not. So I think as long as they can adapt to the second half and the style of play that they want, they should be fine. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we will get you ready for the third quarter here in Philadelphia. You're watching Drexel basketball from Learfield here on NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus.
Sign and Design, proud partner and preferred signage supplier of Drexel Athletics.
Back live in Philadelphia as you take a look at the new Schuylkill Yards down here on the campus of Drexel University as we run right into the third quarter. Good defense by Lehigh on that first Drexel offensive possession.
Yeah, Lehigh, it's going to be important for them to get out to a good start here.
Cross-court skip pass to O'Brien. No good. Fight for the rebound. Good hustle by Lehigh, but out of bounds while grabbing it was Van Epps, and it will go to Drexel.
You'll love to see that from both teams, diving after the loose ball.
Starting five on the floor for both teams. For Drexel, Washington, O'Neal, and Hendrickson with Lavelle and Satman. For Lehigh, it's Harvey, Kramer, Van Epps, Hottinger, and Megan O'Brien. Washington a little bit short, out of bounds off of Lavelle, and it will be Lehigh basketball. So both teams a little bit cold coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, and a nice start for Lehigh, getting 2 stops in a row. Let's see if their offense can pick back up.
O'Brien guarded by Satman. Van Epps. Kramer, step back, knocks it down. It's a deep 2, but Mackenzie Kramer leads the Lehigh Mountain Hawks with 13 points.
Yeah, that little go into her left side step back, it's nice and smooth.
She's averaging 19.5 per game. Season high was 26 against Minnesota. Hendrickson, a good find to Washington.
There's their chemistry, Hendrickson and Washington.
Fourth dime for Hendrickson, 19 points for Washington. Van Epps left open, too strong, long rebound to Washington. She'll pull up and hit it.
Good decision there in transition. She saw Lehigh had numbers in the paint.
21 for Washington. Also 7 assists. You can see she has put on a really good show tonight. Hendrickson had the rebound on that Lehigh miss, but it was grabbed by Satman before it fell out of bounds. Grace O'Neal, who hasn't attempted a shot yet, but has played 20 minutes here today. Really doing a good job of running the offense. Hendrickson to Washington again.
Wow, another great find.
That looked like the exact same play that Drexel just ran.
Well, Lehigh's got to close that up if they want to stay in this game.
23 for Washington. That pass is way off the mark, looking for Van Epps. Washington one-on-one with Harvey, goes in, the hoop and the harm.
She's just so good.
The Dragons with an 8-0 run after Lehigh scored the first 2 to start the third quarter.
Yeah, this is not the start you want for Lehigh.
O'Brien and Kramer out. Albrecht back in. And the first time we are seeing Jackie Vargas-Bynes, the 6'3 center from Upper Dublin High School. One more look here. Great strong take by Keshana Washington. By the way, Jackie Vargas-Bynes, the one local player here to the Philly area on this Lehigh team. Maple Glen, PA, went to Upper Dublin High School.
Hopefully she's got some family in here tonight.
She might. There's a good amount of Lehigh fans here at the DAC. So Washington makes the free throw. She now has 26. Vargas-Bynes in trouble. Cross court to Harvey. Drops it off. Hottinger partially blocked.
Good defense there by Drexel. Their weak side rotation was on point.
You know, Franny Hottinger, I think all of her 7 points came in the first quarter. She's been pretty quiet since the opening quarter. And Hedda Satman has not missed yet. 4 for 4, 8 points for the Drexel center.
Yeah, and she's making a difference here.
5 boards and a block as well for Satman. O'Neal knocks it away. And the Dragons just putting on a clinic on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Lehigh definitely needs a stop.
Satman, the handoff to Washington. Pull up. No good. Valentine, the rebound, blocked by Vargas-Bynes. Nice job by Jackie Vargas-Bynes. In transition. No good on the 3 by Albrecht. O'Neal puts on the brakes. Good transition D by Lehigh.
Yeah, Drexel in no rush here. Set something up.
Dragons with 11 straight points over the last almost 3 minutes now. Washington, Valentine in the post through traffic. Couldn't get the roll. Rebound by Hottinger, and then Valentine called for the foul. But if you're Jasmine Valentine and you're Drexel, you want Valentine to look for that take.
Absolutely. Strong rip and go from middle of the paint. She'll get the next one.
Lavelle back in for Satman as you see Jasmine Valentine. 2 points and 7 rebounds in 13 minutes off the bench. Hottinger will get a breather. And Lily Fandre back in for Lehigh. Fandre over to Van Epps. Cross court, Harvey, corner 3. Off the mark, and the drought continues for Lehigh.
Yeah, great job by Hendrickson there on that weak side rebound.
Lavelle hits the baseline jumper.
Seems like everyone on Drexel's shooting at a high percentage right now.
Well, the Dragons at 58% as a team. Lavelle 7 for 9 for 16 points. Fandre in the corner. Van Epps hits the 2 and finally ends a 3.5-minute scoring drought for Lehigh.
Lehigh needed that one bad.
As you just saw, Drexel with 26 field goals, Lehigh with 11. Oh, good defense by Albrecht, almost knocked it away from Hendrickson. Hendrickson, the pull-up, deep 2 is short. Rebound knocked away by O'Neal, but it goes out of bounds, and it will be Lehigh ball when we return. Now, Lehigh gets a bucket, but it's been Drexel and Kylie Lavelle on a 13-2 run here in the third quarter. You're watching Drexel basketball from Learfield here on NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus.
At Independence Blue Cross, we're driven by a commitment to do good. We're a friendly helping hand on your journey. We're an advocate, connecting you to the strongest network of doctors and hospitals in the region with health coaches available 24/7. We're a partner, helping you tap into all the possibilities ahead. It's a privilege to help you pursue your healthiest life, one we've embraced for over 80 years. And we're not going anywhere.
When you're treated like the pros, you'll celebrate like the pros. Rothman Orthopedics gets you and your favorite athletes back in the game.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com.
Do you think this Valley Forge vacation was your idea? We've been patrolling us the whole time. This racing game is great, but nothing beats the real thing.
That sloth you think I love so much gets me a free trip to the zoo.
They don't know they're hungry yet, but I do. I'm starving!
Charlie, Charlie! Works every time.
Just wait until you see what I plan for the next trip. Visit Valley Forge, where kids make the rules.
The Varsity Network is the new home of Drexel basketball live audio broadcasts. Download the free app available for both Apple and Android and listen to your Dragons all season long in the palm of your hand.
Welcome back to Philadelphia as you take a look at 30th Street Station. Only a couple of blocks away from here at Drexel, and the offensive train rolling in for the Dragons as they have doubled up the Lehigh Mountain Hawks 64-32. Alongside Maggie McIntyre, I'm Ari Bluestein. Maggie, just talk about this offensive onslaught by the Drexel Dragons today.
Yeah, I mean, they have 18 assists on 26 buckets. That's impressive, and we're only halfway through the third quarter. I mean, that sounds like a final stat to me.
Lehigh, we know how they can score. If they start shooting and making shots like that right there by Lily Fandre, they can score in bunches and get back into this game.
Yeah, great way for Lehigh to come out of the media timeout.
Yeah, Fandre, 6 points in 15 minutes off the bench. She's knocked down a couple of threes. Hendrickson, a deep two, short. Floorboard to Ella Stemmer, who has just come back into the game. Albrecht. Stemmer. Fandre, who's had the hot hand, knocks down another one.
You don't want to let Lehigh get hot here.
Lily Fandre, a new season and career high with 9. She had 6 against Bloomsburg in Lehigh's last game. So a good start for the Mountain Hawks out of the timeout. Washington drops it off for Valentine. Good hesitation.
Great patience there by Valentine. She understood last time she got blocked. This time she gave a little pump fake and went up strong.
That broke an 8-0 run for Lehigh. Dragons still up big. Lehigh with a big mountain to climb as Albrecht hits the 3, and this is exactly what we talked about. If they start getting hot, they can come back in a hurry.
Yeah, and Lehigh's a team they're not going to go away. Drexel's got to keep defending.
First triple for Albrecht. That's actually her first 3 of the year. Washington, the drive through traffic. Good defense by the Mountain Hawks. Here comes Kramer. Stemmer. Kramer swings it over to Fandre with Lavelle now closing out on her. Kramer. Step back, and Hendrickson is called for the foul. She thought she got all ball, but the official says otherwise, and that will send Mackenzie Kramer to the line for 2. But already out of that media timeout, a much better Lehigh offensive scheme. They've gotten the three-point shooters going.
Yeah, and everyone seems like they're now ready to shoot. Their feet are set, quick releases. Came out with a little fire.
Kramer at the line, missing a rare free throw. That's only her 3rd miss on the year. She's now 9 for 12. Mackenzie Kramer, the 5'9 junior from St. Michael, Minnesota. The 2nd leading scorer coming into today behind Hottinger, but today she leads Lehigh with 14. And now the Mountain Hawks putting on a little bit of a full court man, actually. It's not a press.
Right.
Satman is in with Bree Borky, Grace O'Neal, Keshana Washington, and Kylie Lavelle. Hendrickson out, as well as Valentine. Washington to Lavelle. Thought about the corner 3. Satman. O'Neal. It'll have to be Washington. The pull-up. Rattles out, and the rebound deflected to Fandre, and then she is fouled on the rebound. So a good shot, but it just rattles out for Washington, and then a good, strong rebound by Lily Fandre and Lehigh.
Definitely a good shot. You want to be careful if you're Drexel there not to get any frustration fouls.
3rd team foul here in the quarter on Drexel. Really neither team in any kind of foul trouble today. It's been a fairly cleanly played game. Kramer, good hesitation. No good on the 3, and the rebound by Satman.
That step back, it's a great move.
Kramer now 3 for 6 from downtown. Washington over to Borky. Back to Washington. Took it in, and good defense by Lehigh. They have definitely turned it up defensively inside the paint.
Yeah, it looks like Lehigh's switching 1 through 5.
Van Epp saves it. Stemmer no good, but the easy put back for Fandre.
Let's see Drexel run a good set here.
Dragons still up big, and Amy Mallon will call a timeout with 1:09 to play here in the 3rd. We will step aside. Drexel up 22, but Lehigh with a really strong 14-2 run over the last 4 minutes. You're watching Drexel basketball from Learfield here on NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus. Welcome back to the DAC. Mara Hendrickson, by the way, a really good night for her. 12 points, she hit 4 threes, and Keishana Washington with 26 points and 8 assists. Hendrickson also with 7 dimes. And you take a look at these two players, Maggie. Keishana Washington tied for third in scoring. Hendrickson over 8 assists per game, 5th in the country.
I mean, you can't ask for more from two of your fifth-year players, leaders. I mean, Coach Mallon has to be happy with both of them so far.
We return to game action here following the Drexel timeout. O'Neal, Hendrickson thought about a deep three. Lavelle triple teamed, and she drew the foul.
Drexel was looking for that mismatch there, but they sent 3. She still got it off.
Very good defense by Lehigh. Van Epps just shrugging her shoulders. But the foul is called. It is on Van Epps. Kylie Lavelle back to the line. Missing the first. She's now 1 of 3 from the charity stripe. Kylie Lavelle, 6'2" freshman from Music, PA, 16 points and really efficient shooting the basketball, at least from the field, not so much from the line. Misses both. Van Epps, strong drive. Fondre, and she was fouled on the closeout by Valentine.
Wow, tough shooting foul there.
Now, we talk about Hendrickson. She has 12 points for the Dragons. She's kind of been the unsung hero offensively, but how about Lily Fondre knocking down 3 threes? She's got 11 points, and she almost single-handedly got Lehigh going offensively here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and if you look at the bench points, I mean, Lehigh has 17 bench points compared to Drexel's 4, so it's huge to be a spark off that bench, especially your job. When you're sitting on the bench, you're supposed to see and look and see where, you know, you're missing things, and your job is to go in and fill that gap.
Fondre hits the first and the second. 13 points, 4 of 7 shooting, 3 of 4 from downtown, and 2 for 2 from the line for the first-year player from Eagan, Minnesota. Lehigh has now outscored Drexel here in the third, 18-15. It is a 16-2 run over the last 4.5 minutes for Lehigh. Drexel could use a bucket here. Oh, and Hendrickson went to go Washington backdoor. She fell down. And it will go back to Lehigh with the shot clock off and 25.8 remaining here in the third.
Well, Drexel's job here is to just get a stop when things don't go your way on that end.
Lehigh with all the momentum right now. Great look down low, and Stemmer drops it in for 2. Drexel still with a little bit of time left. Washington, the drive, couldn't get it to go, and the buzzer sounds. So a really strong finish to the third quarter for the Lehigh Mountain Hawks, an 18-2 run in the final 5+ minutes. But the Dragons have an 18-point lead heading into the fourth quarter. You're watching Drexel basketball from Learfield.
Mountain Dew Spark might hypnotize you. You might want to stop staring. Stop staring at the delicious Mountain Dew Spark. So many flavors of dew. I am thirsty. I must get the dew.
Cut! He's hypnotized again!
Do the dew.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com.
At Independence Blue Cross, we believe in doing more when it matters most. When you need a hand, we've got online tools that connect you to the strongest network of doctors and hospitals in the region. When you need a boost, we keep you going with health discounts and reimbursements. And when you need an adventure, we give you the confidence to live fully. It's a privilege to help you pursue your healthiest life and all the possibilities ahead.
When you're treated like the pros, you'll celebrate like the pros. Rothman Orthopedics gets you and your favorite athletes back in the game.
Now it's time for our upcoming schedule presented by Landmark Americana Tap and Grill, the preferred post-game destination of Drexel basketball games. And for more on that, let's send it on down to Emily Cochran.
Drexel team will perform on this court for nearly a month before welcoming Penn State to Philadelphia on December 18th. When I talked to head coach Amy Mallon about this, she said that this team needs to beat Lehigh tonight to give them some momentum heading into this 5-game road stretch that will take them all the way from Buffalo to New Hampshire to take on Dartmouth. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Emily, and some other events coming up at the DAC, but as Emily stated, these Dragons will be on the road for about a month. So, yes, I understand this game is important, and here in the fourth quarter, Lehigh not going away as Anna Harvey hits the three, and all of a sudden, Lehigh has really turned up the heat offensively, and they have really cut this deficit.
Yeah, they are creeping back into this game.
The Dragons have not trailed in this one. They have led by as many as 34, and it's down to 15.
I think Lehigh's doing a better job defensively by switching 1 through 5.
And that is not a great shot, even though Washington has played well, but all the momentum with the Mountain Hawks right now. And a giveaway, not a very good time for that if you're Lehigh. If you're Drexel, I think you really have to, move things around, try and get some other people involved, because Lehigh really doubling and triple teaming both Washington and Lavelle.
Yeah, and when teams decide they want to switch 1 through 5, great. There's going to be mismatches. So Drexel has to use their basketball IQ to figure out where those differences are.
Lehigh picking up right where they left off at the end of the third quarter with that three. Hendrickson hits Lavelle, cutting through, and that's a big bucket for Kylie Lavelle and Drexel.
Yeah, great job by the freshman to finish high off the glass.
And that quick shot is no good. Floorboard to Satman. And now the Dragons can settle it down. And I think that's a good recipe here in the fourth. Work the shot clock, grind it down.
Yeah, when the time is in your favor, you got to use it.
8 assists now for Hendrickson to go along with 12 points. Also, Keshana Washington with tying a career high with 8 dimes. Under 10 to shoot. Washington, the drive. She's doubled. O'Neal. 3 to shoot. It's a step back 3. Oh, my goodness.
That one hurts if you're Lehigh.
Absolutely. A great defensive possession by Lehigh, and Washington just hits the step back. Hottinger, Van Epps, and a blocking foul called on Grace O'Neal. That'll be her first, team's first here in the fourth quarter. Those last 2 buckets for Drexel were huge. The Lavelle layup and the Washington 3 gives them a little bit of breathing room here with a 20-point lead.
Exactly. Just when Lehigh started to climb back into this game, they put their foot on the pedal.
Lehigh still with possession. Kramer. Up top, Van Epps. The leaner, short. Fight for the rebound, and O'Neal comes down with it. O'Neal, the freshman, running the point right now with Hendrickson and Washington off ball, and Lavelle and Valentine up front. Lavelle against O'Brien. The help from Hottinger, and Lavelle lost it out of bounds. Good help defense by Franny Hottinger.
Yeah, there's those double teams you were just talking about.
Yeah, Lehigh's done a great job. They gave up a lot of points in the paint through the first 2.5 quarters, but they have really tightened things up inside.
Exactly, great adjustment there.
Van Epps, cross court to Kramer. Kramer versus Washington, 2 of the best guards in the country going at it. Harvey, the kick out. It's a Hottinger 3, short, rebound by Lavelle. Up ahead to O'Neal, but Lehigh gets back, and she will slow things down and hand it off to Hendrickson.
Good decision there by the freshman.
Dragons slowing down the pace as they should. Washington, nowhere to go, kicks it out. It's a deep 2 for Lavelle.
Her jump shot is beautiful.
It's a set shot. I don't even think you can call it a jump shot. That was a deep two. Dragons up 22. Hottinger, good drive, but misfired. Hottinger averaging 22 a game, and she only has 7, 5 of which came in the first quarter.
Drexel's done a great job on her tonight, making her frustrated throughout the whole entire game.
Hendrickson, Washington, again, Drexel slowing the pace here in the fourth quarter. Hendrickson, turnaround, it's short, just barely grazes the front rim. Rebound by Hottinger, that is her 11th, just over her average of 10.3. Good ball movement, and O'Brien missing the turnaround, out of bounds off of Lavelle. It will stay with Lehigh.
Those are some of those easy shots that they have to start finding a way to finish.
Lily Fondre and Maddie Albrecht back in for Lehigh. Van Epps and Hottinger getting a breather. Washington and Lavelle come out for Drexel. Borky and Satman back in. Kramer hits the corner three.
Just use that jab step to create some space.
Fourth triple for Kramer. She's got 17. That leads the Lehigh Mountain Hawks. The only other Lehigh player in double figures is Fondre with 13 off the bench. And now a foul off the ball. This will go against Lehigh. They will call it on Mackenzie Kramer.
Now this is where we want to see Drexel with your 2 leading scorers on the bench. Who's going to step up?
Hottinger quickly back in for Harvey. Ella Stemmer returns for Maddie Albrecht. 20 on the shot clock for the Dragons. The lob, Valentine over a defender, drops it in off the glass.
Nice finish.
Valentine with 6 to go along with 7 rebounds off the bench for Drexel.
She's having a great game tonight.
Matches her season high that she had against Ryder. How about Kramer with another triple, keeping Lehigh in this one.
You can't give Kramer even an ounce.
And a little bump foul on Kramer. That is her second. Kramer now with 20, just above her average. Keishana Washington back in. Hendrickson will get a break. Washington across midcourt. The Dragons have 30 seconds to work with here on the shot clock.
Yeah, they want to use it.
As we cross the midway point here of the fourth quarter. Borky over to O'Neal. 10 to shoot. Valentine driving in on Hottinger, drops it off, but it goes out of bounds. Good defense by Lehigh. And 5 seconds for the Dragons to shoot when we return with 4:47 to play here in regulation. The Dragons up by 18, Washington with 29. You're watching Drexel basketball from Learfield here on NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus. Welcome back to the deck as we take a look at the series history between these two teams. This is actually the first meeting since 2006. Drexel leads the all-time series 14-9. The last Lehigh win, as you see, Drexel has won 4 in a row. That came back in February of 1996, which was in Bethlehem. Lehigh's last win here in Philadelphia against Drexel was
as the modern educational landscape continues to shift.
That's a long time, Maggie.
Yeah, it is.
And if the score holds true, that streak will continue, but the Dragons have to at least get the ball in, as no time came off the clock, I don't think. No, they'll have to add a second or two. No time came off the clock, but a Lehigh player did make contact, so there should at least be 1 or 2 seconds. That come off the clock here. Now again, the Dragons have led, if you're just joining us, they've led by as many as 34 points when it was 64-30. But Lehigh has come back to make it at least a manageable game. I mean, this game is not over. The way Lehigh can shoot the ball, this game is not over.
No, and if you're Drexel, that's the one thing you can't do is let up. You got to keep your foot on the gas, keep going. You want to just make sure that you're not giving Lehigh any uncontested three-pointers. That's their bread and butter.
Drexel head coach Amy Mallon as we take a look at what happened on the inbounds pass. Yeah, you see the Lehigh player made contact. They did take off 1 second off the game clock and shot clock when it's all said and done. Washington couldn't get it to go. Rattles around the rim and out. And here comes Lehigh. O'Brien, Stemmer, Kramer, Hottinger, and Fondre, the lineup for the Mountain Hawks. Hottinger, no good, and this just has not been her game.
No, it hasn't.
Hottinger now 2 for 10 for 7 points. She hasn't scored since the second quarter. Hand check foul called against Ella Stemmer. And that will be her the team's third foul here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, if you're Lehigh, you want to be careful there. You don't want to get up to 5 team fouls and start sending Drexel to the line.
Lavelle back in for Valentine, so it's the starting 5 for Drexel. Oh, excuse me, Bree Borky in. Hendrickson is still out of the game right now. So she's the lone reserve in the contest for the Dragons. Under 10 to shoot. Washington on Kramer. Got the foul call on a good aggressive drive by Kishana Washington.
That's been a fun matchup to watch tonight.
Kramer is called for the foul. That is her 3rd personal foul. Kishana Washington to the line for the 6th and 7th times tonight. She's got the first. Well, she's hit 30 for the 3rd time this year. The only time she didn't was when she was in foul trouble against LaSalle. She put up 16 points in 20 minutes, but 34 against Ryder, 37 against UMES, and she's hit the 30-point mark again tonight.
I mean, that's exactly why she was preseason player of the year. I don't know if people realize how hard it is to be that consistent.
Well, she averages 29. Her average is going to go up, believe it or not. As Lavelle comes up with a steal, Kramer went down. She is in pain on the other end of the floor. And O'Neal will slow things down. Kramer slow to get up. She does join the play now. And goes right up against Kishana Washington.
You love her toughness here.
Yeah, it looks like she just kind of fell on her back a little bit. So hopefully she is okay. Washington, the drive, puts on the brakes. O'Neal, 5 to shoot. It's a Satman 3.
Wow.
Hedda Satman has not missed today. She's 5 for 5, 1 for 1 from downtown. She's in double figures with 11.
She's played so great.
That's a backbreaker again. Kramer misfiring. Borky with the rebound.
Borky's had some good minutes here. Playing great on the weak side defense.
By the way, that is Hedda Satman's 2nd career 3-point field goal.
You love to see it.
She had one in her sophomore year against Elon. Now the Dragons with a little bit more of a comfortable lead. Shot clock is winding down. Washington. Past Kramer, the runner, got the foul call with 1 second to shoot. And for the Dragons to get a decent look at the basket with 1 second to shoot, that's pretty impressive.
It really is. They're doing a great job of soaking up all that time on the clock and then still taking advantage of the last 5 or so seconds.
Kramer, O'Brien, Stemmer, and Fondre come out. Van Epps, Vargas Bynes, Behar, and Harvey all check back in. Jasmine Valentine also back in to give Satman a breather. 11 points and 7 rebounds for Hedda Satman today as Washington adds to her total. She's got 32 to go along with a career-high 10 assists and a double-double for Keshana Washington.
She's done a great job tonight of letting the defense collapse on her and finding her teammates, as well as her supporting cast being ready for that ball.
And that is Keshana Washington's first career double-double.
Really?
33 and 10. Yeah, it's a career high in assists. Her career high in rebounds is 9, so yeah.
Been close.
By default, that's her first double-double. And Van Epps in traffic is fouled by Bree Borky. And with the score 82-57 with 2 minutes to go, I was just about to say probably we'll start to see some players come in for the Dragons that we have not seen yet. Tori Hajduk will come in for Keshana Washington, finishing with 33 and 10.
Yeah, I mean, she had another unbelievable game.
Entry pass knocked away, bodies on the floor, and we do have a tie-up, possession arrow in favor of Drexel. Tori Hajduk, 5'6" senior from Fairhaven, New Jersey, and she's a player, she has not gotten a lot of time yet, as you see freshman Grace O'Neal, but if the Dragons can get her going, she can really, again, be that spark off the bench, that instant offense that Drexel might need.
And that's going to come into play, especially when you get into the conference.
Borky finds Hajduk.
Right on cue, Ari.
Hajduk's 4th game of the year. She didn't play against Maryland Eastern Shore the other day. Hottinger to step through. Lavelle got the block, but also got her with the body. And that will send Hottinger to the line for 2.
It's important for Drexel subs to still stay disciplined here.
Erin Sweeney, the 5'10 junior, coming in, and Jennifer Martin, the 5'10 freshman, coming in for Lavelle and Valentine. So all reserves on the floor for Drexel with the exception of freshman Grace O'Neal. And Hottinger hits it. And Hottinger will check out. First time we're seeing Fabian Eggenschwiller, the 5'11 junior from New Jersey, and Chloe Hodges coming into the game for Drexel. The 6' junior from Australia comes in for Grace O'Neal.
It's great when everyone gets an opportunity to play. The starters did their job.
You know, coming into today, if you told me we'd see all these players here with under 2 minutes to play, I would be very surprised. As Borky off the glass, no good. Hajduk the takeaway. And she's left open, no good. Sweeney the rebound. But again, Lehigh is a very good team. They just did not have a great shooting night. Drexel was spectacular in every way. Lehigh will bounce back.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we talk about how many points Lehigh puts up every night, and Drexel just had a great all-around team game.
Borky called for the travel. And, you know, as our colleague Emily Cochran mentioned earlier, this is our Drexel's last home game until Penn State on December 18th. It's a good way to go out at home and a good way to kind of hit the road.
Absolutely. Being on the road is tough. So when you go on your road stretch with this type of team win, that feeling, there's nothing better.
The PA native, Jackie Vargas Bynes, the former Upper Dublin Cardinal. About a half hour from Drexel, give or take traffic. She gets in the scoring column. And the takeaway by Albrecht. Oh, no, Borky got it right back. Hajduk. Good find for Hodges. No good. Offensive rebound, Borky. Sweeney thought about it, but back outside to Hajduk, and the Dragons will work the clock.
Yeah, good decision there.
The Dragons right now, their season high is 84, which they put up against Ryder. Sweeney blocked. Good play by Jamie Behar. Shot clock is off. One final look here for Lehigh. Behar, corner three, no good. Rebound Hajduk, and that will do it. An impressive win for the Dragons against a very good Lehigh team. And they defeat the Mountain Hawks 84-61. From really start to finish, a complete game on both ends of the floor for the Dragons.
Yeah, they played better in every single category, and if you're a coach, you got to be happy with that type of win.
We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have our post-game report. You're watching Drexel basketball from Learfield here on NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus.
As the modern educational landscape continues to shift, many wonder how students will adjust to remote learning and how productive they will actually be outside of an in-person classroom environment.
Inspired by change, designed to lead. Drexel University.
Mountain Dew Spark might hypnotize you. You might want to stop staring. Stop staring at the delicious Mountain Dew Spark. So many flavors of dew. I am thirsty. I must get a dew.
Cut! He's hypnotized again!
Do the dew.
At Independence Blue Cross, we believe in doing more when it matters most. When you need a hand, we've got online tools that connect you to the strongest network of doctors and hospitals in the region. When you need a boost, we keep you going with health discounts and reimbursements. And when you need an adventure, we give you the confidence to live fully. It's a privilege to help you pursue your healthiest life and all the possibilities ahead.
When you're treated like the pros, you'll celebrate like the pros. Rothman Orthopedics gets you and your favorite athletes back in the game.
Coach, you told me that this team is young and growing. What did it mean to get this win under your belt tonight?
It was big for us. I think to play at home and knowing we're going on the road for about a month, to get this home win was really big. And I think everyone stepped up in different ways, especially Maura Henderson tonight. So to see her do that makes me feel really good as we're hitting the road, like I said, right after the holidays. So I'm looking forward to continue seeing this team grow like they did tonight.
And Keshana Washington is now 7th on Drexel's all-time scoring list. What did you think of her performance tonight?
I mean, Keshana, she just does such a nice job. You know, the way teams have to guard her, she's going to open it up for everybody else. So not a surprise she's moving up in that category, and I'm just looking forward to her continuing to do what she's doing out there and just leading by example and really leading her team all around on the floor.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. Congratulations. We'll turn it over to Mara now. You had 12 points tonight. Coach said you really stepped up tonight. What was your mindset going down the stretch tonight?
I definitely just wanted to be confident tonight and take the shots when I was open, just to open the floor for my teammates so they had to guard me and then I could make the better passes. So definitely just being confident tonight.
And explain to me how much this win meant for you guys specifically, knowing that you were going to be on the road for almost a full month coming up.
Yes, definitely being on the road is tough. So we definitely wanted to finish really strong off at home and just working really hard on our defense. And I think that really showed today.
Thank you, Mara. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Emily. So for Emily Cochran and my partner Maggie McIntyre, I'm Ari Bluestein saying so long from the Daskalakis Athletic Center here in Philadelphia, where again your final score, Drexel 84, Lehigh 61. You've been watching Drexel basketball presented by Learfield here on NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus. Have a good night.
This has been an exclusive presentation from Learfield.